This part is very crucial if you plan on moving in with someone. If you're moving in with someone, I always say, do this is Aaron. I am back, your favorite realtor here in Georgia, and I am going over some valuable tips for home buyers that any person looking for a home right now or in the future could use when buying a home. So, we're going to go into tip number one. So, everyone, the first tip that I recommend for you today is going to be understanding your budget. Guys, you got to understand when doing real estate transactions, there's a lot that goes in, a lot you have to pay for. And you want to be aware of those things, such as your insurance, such as your HOA. You want to know, how can I set aside a budget to be able to make these payments in the future? Down payment, you got closing costs. There's so many things associated with buying a home. So please, before you get into buying a home, just have a realistic expectation of your budget, just so you know how all to prepare when you're buying a home. Just know, when understanding your budget, things like getting pre-approved can help you with that. Why? Because I always tell people, you don't know how much you're approved for unless you get pre-approved, guys. So do understand that once you have a budget down, once you have all your ducks in a row, such as money saved, an idea of how much you think you want to spend, just make sure you understand that having a mortgage calculator could help you figure out an ideal budget, because it'll let you know an idea of what your payment will be based off your loan terms. There are ways to look at this. You can use Google. I'll put some links below for mortgage calculators. I actually have one myself that I'm actually going to give you all today. So please click the link right now if you want to get access to that mortgage calculator, and just start looking at a realistic idea of what your payment could be. Another valuable tip when buying a home, please understand that location matters. So always do your research. Understand the locations and where you're moving to. Understand how that affects you. Some people look at the schools. Some people look at the proximity. There's so many things you can look at. Just look at how a community caters to your lifestyle. So, for instance, I'm in Midtown right now. I am very accessible to all parts of Atlanta being here. Not only that, but things are open a little late, which I prefer because I like a nightlife feel. I'm from a city like New York City, so I like that fast-paced, city-like nightlife environment, and I still feel like I'm able to get that here in the city of Atlanta. So that's a good way to think about it. But, if you have children and you want your children to go to the best schools in the area, some great counties to look at. You got Cobb, you got Gwinnett, and you have Fulton County. Those have some of the best schools here in Georgia. So just do your research, guys. It's a lot that goes into it, and location plays a big role in how your property's value go up, based on neighborhoods. I'm gonna always tell people, this part is very crucial if you plan on moving in with someone. If you're moving in with someone, I always say, do this. Make a wants and a needs list. Now, a wants and a needs list will have your desired wants and your desired needs for a home. Please keep that in mind when you're looking for a home. Why? Because, if you and your spouse have two different wants and two different needs, that can affect your home search, and you want to make it as easy as possible for yourself, your family, and be realistic with the expectation you set when looking for a home. Now, the reason why these wants and needs lists are so great is because you guys can compare your wants and needs lists and really break it down and see, what do we really need and what do we really want? And it helps you determine what type of home you're looking for. So you don't have to go house to house to house looking for your potential. You already know what you want. Inspections, guys. So a home inspection is something you usually do. Some people opt out of that. Why? Because it costs. Now, the price can range from $600 and up. But the idea you always have to think out, the reason why The reason why a home inspection is so important, everyone, is just for the simple fact of there can be hidden things wrong with your home that you don't know about. And if you don't know about it until you buy it, you as the buyer can be stuck with that cost. Also, when you guys are thinking about location, please, you got to think about the crime rate. You have to think about the amenities that the area offers. So all those little things, how close are you to certain shopping? Some areas are tight-knit communities that have a local stores. Do you like that lifestyle? When it comes to crime rates, some people just don't want to be in an area where crime rates are high. Well, look for areas that are less likely to have a certain crime rate. You know, if you feel safer that way. Some people get into areas with a little bit of a higher crime rate for the reason of affordability and the idea of the long term. That's why it's definitely great to have an inspection and thoroughly inspect that home and find out what is all wrong. If there's a structural issue with the home, such as a crack in the foundation, you don't want to have to deal with something like that. That is going to be a lot for you to deal with, and you might be able to offset costs like that onto the seller. Or it might even help you decide this is not the home for me. So please, whenever you're in the middle of negotiating, going through a home, and you're ready to decide if this is the home for me, do an inspection. Home inspections are so important. All right, guys, the long-term perspective. I always tell everybody when getting into real estate, you need to get in for the long game, especially when you're living in this space. The reason why I say that is because a lot of people do not think over history, equity has gone up in homes over time. That has been proven. That is the one thing as a realtor I can tell you is proved. Over time, 5 years or more, equity has gone up in homes all over. So the reason why I say that is a lot of people get in homes and do not expect to be there for the long term. If you get into a home or you're looking to buy a home to live in, you want to see yourself there for the next 5 to 10 years. How do you view yourself growing in that home? Do you see yourself getting a raise and updating your home? Do you see yourself in your home growing with a family? How do you see yourself in your home? And it's only one way to do that, is to really sit down and think about that. Now guys, when you think about long-term perspective, there's other things to think about. Earlier I mentioned crime rate. Some people may move into an area with a crime rate that's higher just for affordability. But those people save a lot and gain a lot in the long run, because with things like construction and everything that's going on in these communities, the equity in home values are going up in a lot of areas. For instance, in Atlanta, the average home price is up. I'll get the exact math. I'm only saying this to say that if you move into an area where the crime rate is not so good and y'all appreciate the area, you help the community, and you guys grow as a community, well, before you know it, not only did you get in at a steal, but your equity has grown more than people who say, live in a very affluent area that just gradually goes up over time. You're skyrocketed to meet the demand of the market. Happens all the time. For instance, we have a development here called the Beltline. A lot of people that lived on the Beltline before it was built, which is a corridor around Atlanta that is supposed to help with transit, it's supposed to help work-life balance, everything. It's just a green space for the city, and they redeveloped the railroad tracks to make it interconnect, just to help with connectivity and connecting everyone in the city. So I use the Beltline as a great example because a lot of homes before the Beltline were going for, $300,000. That was probably the average home price at the time. A lot of homes in the Beltline are well over $500,000 for a home, some even in the millions. So that's why I say it's all about where you are. Location is definitely important, but always think about the long term. Play the long game. Where do you see yourself growing with your home that you're in? Guys, my last tip, guidance. When you are going through a real estate transaction, you want someone that is working in your interest. And one thing I can tell you, if you hire a realtor, they're supposed to work in your interest. Now, I can't guarantee that for every realtor out there. I can't even guarantee that for every person I know. But I can guarantee that for every client that I have, if you work with me, I will not only show you guidance, I will walk you through the steps and I will show you what it takes to own in a home. If you're not ready for a home, there's steps we can take to get you ready for a home. But never sit, never wait, always have someone having your back. You want someone helping you negotiate your transactions. I actually had a client after doing my research. The land was listed in Snellville. It was a nice area, it was in a lake community, but I felt like the list price of that property was higher than the normal list price of homes, of land in that area. So what I did was I submitted an offer, but before I did, I let my client know, hey, let's submit a lower offer. No one has submitted an offer on this property yet. I already know that. And two, let's submit a lower offer because I looked in the area and this is the highest listing in that area based off what you're trying to get. I was able to get my client a 15% discount off of the list price on a property just from giving him proper guidance and doing market research. And I have access to things like that as your guided realtor. But not only that, I work with integrity and trust and service. A reason why you want guidance when looking for a home, you can have personalized assistance. You want someone that's going to cater to your specific needs and your family's specific needs as a home buyer. And not everyone will do that. I can guarantee you that I will look for more than just what type of house you're looking for. I'm going to look at how you can grow in the community. I'm going to look at, where do you work? Well, let's see how we can get you close to your job and still within your budget. Some people don't want to work close by their job. Well, where would you like to live? Would you rather be in the suburbs or would you rather be in the metro city? There's so many ways to go about it, and you have to be able to understand a person's needs. And I felt like with my extensive knowledge and service and just catering to people in a luxury aspect, I truly understand what it takes and how to treat people and understand that there's more to it than just people moving. I know everybody is making full life decisions, and you cannot make a life decision and not have any guidance, not have any help, because that's where, sometimes we go into little hiccups, and you want someone to be able to help you explain out your mortgage insurance and things like that. Not every agent is going to do that I can guarantee. But all right, guys, I thank you all for viewing my video today. Those were my valuable tips for future home buyers when buying a home. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and hey everyone, I just want to let you know I put my free ultimate buyer's guide below in the link. Make sure you click that, view that, save it if you like. Always come back to this video if you want to see these tips, but you can find these tips and more in my free buyer's guide. It explains the different mortgages, different types of home, the actual buying process. So if you want some more information on just buying a home in general, I promise you I'm not going to ask you for anything. All I ask is you to download, view the link, and check out our ultimate free buyer's guide and see how it can be helpful for you. And this is for anybody in any state. You don't have to just be in Georgia. You can be in New York, Florida, California, anywhere you like. And I just want to let you guys know, if you're looking for anything real estate needs, I'm Aaron King, your realtor here in Georgia. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. That's Aaron King Homes. I thank you all so much. Tell me what you guys think about my tips down below in the comments. And you guys enjoy your day. Bye.